I know what Supreme is.
This is the second email going out. Fax going out right now. This one is going to the Office of Management and Budget to 202-395-388. This is the second one going out. Status correction.
That's white supremacy, subliminal messages, what you see, read, watch what you eat, reign supreme, peep the math gods.
What's good, y'all? This is the SF-181 Ethnicity and Race Identification form. Now, I know most of y'all in my circle don't know what the hell this is, and you want to know what this is. Well, basically, this form is to correct my status change of my ethnicity. As you can tell, I sound like a black man, so-called black man, melanated person, African American. Now, me classifying myself as a black man, African American, you have no standing at law. There's no standing at law for being a black person. You already don't have no standing at law for being a slave citizen with your birth certificate, being a citizen. You already don't have no standing at law for being a citizen. So being a citizen and being black is just, you just double fucked. So I did this, and I've been getting word that you need to change your status. Now, off my research, I know that majority of black people, so-called black Americans, are not from Africa. Majority of these niggas is from here, America. And majority of them niggas, if they did came off a motherfucking ship, they came from Europe. Now, as you can see, I marked white and I marked American Indian. American Indian because my people's from here. I mean, my folk go back to the Carolinas and actually got some Indian in my family. Now, white, why did I mark white? Now, let's go. A person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, that's the main thing, Middle East or North Africa. Now, this is the main thing, original peoples of Europe. Now, we was taught, it was all taught that we got our last names from slavery, and that's a goddamn lie. That ain't true. We did not get our last names from slavery. We got our last names from our forefathers. That's where we got it from. Now, some of y'all got y'all last names from, there was some trifling going on in the family, so you might not have your original last name. So, but for the rest of us, the majority of us, you got your last name from your forefather, man, and it's European. Now, I know it doesn't make sense with the history. A lot of niggas do come from Europe. Majority of niggas do come from, you either come from America or you come from Europe, but you don't come from Africa. Okay? Okay. And white, okay, this is another thing. Black and white with the racial category. Black and white, it has nothing to do with your skin tone. Okay? Now, with this racial category stuff, niggas created this shit. You know, we want to blame it all on the white man saying, oh, they created this system and that and stuff like that. No. Niggas created this system. And the first white people were black people, or so-called melanated people, black people. We were the white, during law, we was white. And guess who was black? The so-called pale folks that we see today, the so-called white man. They were black. All the way up to America until things switched, things flipped. The Reconstruction period, the Civil War, all that shit. So yeah, black and white, it has nothing to do with skin color. It has everything to do with class. Everything to do with class. So, but right here, it has something to do with your forefather, where you from. And my last name is Jones, and it goes back to the Welsh. So, and that's European. But anyway, y'all, this is my video of me. I'm about to fax this off. I'm about to fax it off to the Office of Management and Budget. You know, here's the fax number, and yeah. So I'm about to fax that off and just showing y'all of me getting my shit together. All right, shalom.
Hello everyone, my name is Timothy Miller and this is my SF-181 publication video. Today on February 15th, 2022, I have faxed my SF-181 form to the OMB and the Social Security Administration. So here is my fax cover sheet. First, I'll show you a fax cover sheet to the Office of Management and Budget. Along with the documents that I've submitted with it, as well as the fax confirmation sheet. And here is the fax cover sheet that I've sent to the Social Security Administration. As well as the fax cover sheet for that as well. Well, first I wanted to thank my Chief Minister, Cortland Kaylani L, for informing me of my ancestry and and this information, as well as my family for informing me of my history as well and my ancestry. One main thing that encouraged me to correct my ethnicity was after just simply reading this SF-181 form and doing my research of my ancestry. So I've changed my ethnicity from Black or African American to American Indian and white. And my ancestors were actually descendants from North Africa as well as from America. They were not descendants from any Black racial groups in Africa because there aren't any Black racial groups in Africa. So I'm gonna read the American Indian, Black, and white definitions. So the definition for American Indian is a person having origins in any of the original peoples of North and South America, including Central America, and who maintains tribal affiliation or community attachment. The definition of white is a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, Middle East, or North Africa. Okay. Those are the definitions of white and American Indian, which fit my ancestry. Now, the definition of the racial category Black or African American says a person having origins in any of the Black racial groups in Africa, right? So after doing my research, I found that not only were my ancestors not in any Black racial groups in Africa, but I found out that there actually weren't any Black racial groups in Africa. I literally could not find any in my research. So this entire time I've been checking off Black and African American when it hasn't even described my history at all. So I'm glad that I've corrected my ethnicity and my nationality, and I want to make sure that you guys check your ancestry as well and find out if you're filling out these documents correctly as well. And I want to give a big shout out to my Chief Minister and my family, Cortland Kaylani L, and my mother and my grandmother for informing me of my ancestry. And everybody have a great day.